Hey my dudes, it's Kaitlyn, and today we are going to be working on the area to the right of our entrance, which is going to be a drive-in movie theater, but you don't sit in your cars, you sit on little picnic blankets in the center of the cars, which I think is pretty cool. I've only been to one drive-in movie theater and haven't really done any research on them, so this might not be completely accurate, but I think that the build overall turned out really good. And just to give some credit where credit is due, Lex, my bestie, came up with this idea and also brought me the items to execute it. So thank you so much, Lex. I love you and I appreciate you so much. I wouldn't have been able to do it at all without Lex. The projection screens are really cool because it turns out, which you'll see in a second, also they're different colors, ignore that. They sync the video, so it works perfectly for the drive-in movie. So the idea behind this drive-in movie theater on the homestead is that this is kind of a way that the homestead owner, aka me, makes money. So I host a drive-in movie theater on my property for the locals just so that I can make some extra cash and bring the community together. And I think that's a really good story behind why this movie theater is here. The codes will be in the description, and this time I won't forget. I apologize for forgetting last time, and I appreciate you guys telling me, like I asked you to, if I forget, so I really appreciate that. So one thing I never settled on is what I'm going to do on the beach below this. I think I might do like a concession area. That was one of my friend's ideas, and that kind of is the best idea so far in my opinion. But I was also thinking maybe I could do a playground and some bathrooms as well down there, because the drive-in theater I went to a long time ago had a playground for like kids if they didn't want to watch the movie, or if they wanted to play while the movie was going on, you know. And I think that might be a good idea. I literally just came up with it like 2 seconds ago, but I'm down for it. So let me know what you guys think of that. Also, I can't believe Lex remembered to get speakers because I never would have thought to put speakers next to... Under the area where the cars go is where I added the dirt paths instead of like the campground where all of it was kind of dirt, because, you know, where the cars park, the grass isn't gonna get as much sun and is going to deteriorate a little. I thought that made for a nice touch. So this code is for the picnic blankets that I used. I just thought I'd include it so you guys could see like what codes they have and where I got this code. So for this build in general, I'm going for more of like an eclectic, like vintage style. Of course, still cottagecore, and I was originally thinking that maybe I would have the cars all facing the screen like a typical drive-in. Since this is on a homestead and there's not going to be too many people, I thought that it would be fitting that everybody just comes, parks, and then you can sit in your car, but you can also sit on an adorable little picnic blanket. Also, these popcorn little holders are so cute. At this point, I just want to mention, I really hated this build. I was like, oh my god, it looks so bland. But I always forget to add flowers until the last minute, which is when you should add them anyway, but I always forget, like, oh, this is gonna spruce it up a lot. So the flowers made a big difference, and I really like that I used a lot of different colors, not just my typical, like, white and yellow. And I also added some weeds too, just so it'll give it an overgrown kind of look. My favorite thing I did here was adding like extra seating besides the picnic blankets. So that's the public bench. And I also add like mismatched chairs, piano benches, and stuff like that. And I am honestly so obsessed with how it turned out. I think all the different kind of seating just gives it a vibe of like, let's throw everything together that we can to make this work, which I feel like just fits with the homestead. Just using what we have on hand to make something new. Obviously, they probably had to buy the projector screens to make this happen, but you know, maybe they were donated from the community or something. Who knows? I also caught a ton of crickets because I wanted to kind of put crickets in cages in the forest. So there's always cricket noises, but I just didn't get to that this time because I didn't have the volume on. So I just didn't know how it would sound. But I did catch a lot of crickets for that purpose. I did want to add some butterfly models, but I just didn't have space. This is a pretty... It looked like a huge space, but once I got everything going, it definitely, like, got a little claustrophobic. I did get to add that bunny statue, though, which I think is a nice touch, like the bunny's watching the movie, too. Next, I just added the little food items, because it is a movie, so you gotta have snacks, you know? I also think it's really cool that you can turn on the car lights because it just makes it so much more realistic. Here's me getting some shots of it, just trying to see how the vibe is and if I like it. I think once the beach is finished, it'll look a lot cooler, but for now, I really like how it turned out. If you guys want to see the finished pictures that I edited from this build, they will be on my Instagram. That will be in the description. And a final touch on this build was another public seating area with a little campfire so you can warm up before or during the movie. Okay guys, this is my little montage. I really love how this turned out, and Nan does too. BTW, Nan is my new villager that I think I will be keeping on this island. I really love how this build turned out. I couldn't have done it without my friend Lex and without the inspiration from you guys. So I love you all so much, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye guys!